Right, just getting set up here for our live for Friday night. I think we had a great talk yesterday. I think I was a little bit more calm. And today's Friday. I got my hair a little bit better do. Hopefully you guys come in here, don't get all scared. I do look different sometimes. And as always, when you guys get in here, just say a quick hello. That way I know that you guys are actually coming in here. Let's see. Yeah, the first person is always me. So hopefully this is just me testing the sound. All right, we're good. All right, we got a couple of people in here. Just say hello when you come in. And welcome, 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 welcome. Hey, Cray, Mississippi, welcome, welcome. God bless you guys. Thanks for joining. Timothy, Travis, yes, live. This time is live. I apologize, brother. I should have changed the title so people know that it's not the actual live, it's the repeat. So you guys, what I told you earlier was, that, sorry, bro. So what I told you earlier is that I was gonna, every time I do a live now, I just publish it. I just make it public so that people can watch it, but I know it still says live, I guess. Yeah, I apologize about that. That was not right. All right, thanks for the likes. Thanks for checking in, Tim. Appreciate you. You got some crazy comments on my videos, man. I guess we can address a couple of those questions that you have. I think they're very interesting, and a little controversial, my answers, I guess. But we can definitely talk about them if you want to bring them up. While we wait for more people to get on here, I will definitely answer your questions. Let me see. What was one of the questions that you asked me? And let's go with that and see where we get with it. I got some new information that probably it's already old for you guys, but I want to talk about it because we have been lied by corrupted politicians for too long, and I think that Democrats and Republicans, even independents, all Americans are great people, and I think that sometimes we misunderstand each other, we misunderstand the situation, we misunderstand why things are being done the way they are being done, and I think it's important that we understand where we stand as American citizens. Now, right now, my chat is pretty clean. Nobody's coming in here with my insults on me yet, so pretty early. I am about an hour early today, I guess, because normally I do it at 9. I wanted to have plenty of time today. Dropped off the wife. It gives me at least 3 hours. So let's see how long we can go together. All right, Tim. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks for the hello. Go ahead and ask me one of the questions. I think your questions were pretty good on the shorts. What was one of them? I think you asked me, do I support martial law? Is that one of them? Do I support martial law? The answer for me was yes. All right. Let me pull up my page here so that I can see those comments, because I didn't see the comments on my phone. So I want to give you a chance for you guys to ask me those questions. Let me actually get on my YouTube here and see if I can watch myself, I guess. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you. I appreciate you joining today. Man, you guys have been, your support has been very overwhelming fantastic support. I really appreciate it. And guys, I really want America to be great again. I know that some people make fun of us for saying that, but it's the truth. We want our country to be great. All right, here we go. So we got J. JD 23 Uchiha. Fuck around your neck. All right, guys. Well, obviously, you guys know that this is just my little cross. Normally, if you have a cross, it should not have a Christ on it because he's not there no more. The cross is just symbolic. It's not meant to be something that pushes spirits away, and like in the movies, vampires, that's not what it's for. And this is a gift necklace from my Samoan family down from American Samoa, and one of my aunties gave it to me, so I appreciate it. For any Polynesians in here, if you're from Samoa, I just say talofa lava, afio mai, welcome. And in Espanol, bienvenidos y gracias. Not just thank you and welcome, guys. It's the same thing. All right, let me see. Let me go ahead and read some of you guys' questions around here. I like to welcome people when they come in. So please, guys, don't get blocked. JJ got blocked by 5 people last night. You know what I say? We have freedom of speech on here, and I want you guys to be open. Ask me questions. Don't worry about my feelings. Okay? Ask me questions. That's what I want. This is the purpose of this channel. Yes, Cray, Mississippi. We're going to talk about that. I think I love it, and there's some things that we need to talk about from that meeting. I think a lot of people misunderstand what the meeting was for. Let's see. Timothy, yes, we obviously have different philosophies in life. That's correct. We do. Fly, Eagles, fly. Jeff Sturg, hello, this is a PSA. I have no idea what that means. PlayStation Association. There are several issues of fecal matter in macaroni salad. I'm not sure what you're eating, my friend, but I don't think that sounds good. Stay safe, Dennis. Thanks, man. No problem. Jeff, welcome to the chat. I appreciate you. Jonathan Brave, a whole wise man. Can you pray for me to heal this broken heart? Lost my best friend, lover. Man, yeah, man, that's sad. Was your friend Christian? Did they die believing in Christ? Did they accept the Lord Jesus Christ as their Savior? That will be my first question. I pray that you get strength and that you receive peace in a fast manner. I hope that you can build strength from the pain and sometimes for the missing or the aching heart for missing somebody. I think sometimes it does make us stronger, believe it or not. And if you are in pain, it doesn't last forever. And I will say this, if you are a Christian and you believe in God, the pain that we suffer on this earth is nothing compared to the reward that you will have in heaven. So I would just say, keep the hope alive, okay? Stay strong. Anton, Freeman, Timothy, Dennis, and I have been going back and forth all day. Whatever a grievances you have, please make it honorable. We will we'll talk about the questions. I think the one that I just told you about was, do I support martial law? And the answer was yes. See, thanks, Tim. Appreciate it, brother. You know what? Much respect, man. Much love. Too fast. What the? I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what it is, but I'm not sure why you said that. Oh, and today I have a surprise for all of my American Trump supporters. It's a really shame that I had to mess up my hairdo because today the hair is looking good. But I know you've been waiting for me to get this one on. So here we go. Let's continue here. Let's see. Okay, fascist Latino? What? I'm a fascist Latino? How am I a fascist Latino? I don't understand why you think I'm a fascist. Too fast, you agree with martial law with the flag of freedom behind you. That is correct. So if you don't know what martial law is for, my friend, you are probably on the same boat as my friend Timothy. You guys think that what is happening in the Washington, D.C., or what has happened in California with the National Guard being there. I'm going to tell you something, guys, and you gotta tread very carefully on how you are feeling about this martial law. Now, if you're a criminal, I can see why you're upset. But let me tell you something. Every police officer that you have on the street, they are citizens. Now, I know National Guard, they're not all citizens, but they're citizens and residents who have sworn an oath to protect this country. It's always from foreign and domestic. If our governor, unfortunately, our mayors cannot control a violent situation, even if it's just theft. I know what the martial law is for. It's for war and emergencies. When criminals go rampantly free throughout the town, that is an emergency. If they have no adequate people to control any violence that is being put amongst the innocent American citizens, the National Guard needs to step in. That is an emergency. It's not just for hurricanes. It's not just for floods. That is also when the other Americans that want to do bad need some correction. So it's not a tyrant. It's not an authoritarian thing. It is a safety precaution. I have seen these National Guards going around, even with the ICE agents, telling people that everything is okay. They are there to protect them. They are there to watch over them. And anybody that is committing criminal activities out at night or in and about the town, they are going to get arrested. And that's a big difference. So I think you may have a misconception of what martial law, having our National Guard, is there for. Number one, they're there for us. It is for our safety. Don't put down your military or your servicemen, because they sacrifice a lot of time. They sacrifice a lot of family time and themselves so that they can be out there protecting you and me. So I hope that clarifies why I support martial law. Jesus Christ said that we are supposed to follow and respect the law of the land. And that is the law here. And as Christians, we are supposed to respect it. If I go on about and the National Guard sees me, they'll wave at me. They won't put me in handcuffs. They won't arrest me. That's not what they're there for. This is not that kind of martial law. I think you guys have been watching way too many freaking movies. I know, because I know I've done it too. So that's what I think about martial law. So if you don't agree with that, that's okay. But that's why I support it. All right. With that being said, let me get some more in here. Stiff. Oh, thank you, man. You love the content. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate the love and support, man. You guys, like I said, oh, and since you said that, I want to say thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for liking our live chats. I think a lot of times people have a lot of fun, debating, going back and forth. Some people spend the time, insulting others, and then they get blocked, like JJ. JJ got blocked like 5 times last night. It wasn't me. It was other people that were tired of him saying the same thing over and over like a butt. Let's see. Saleh Amin, retracted message. Hopefully that was something bad that you changed your mind on. I appreciate you regardless. Don't worry about saying something that might offend me. Timothy, he uses that a lot. He doesn't mind offending me, but that's because he knows that I don't get offended. I will tell you this, though. I'll give you a disclaimer. I don't get offended, but I do get pissed off. Now, I don't get pissed off at people for saying words to me. I get pissed off when I see injustice, when something is not right. That's when I get mad, okay? Talking about corrupted politicians, it does get me mad, but not, you guys have not seen me angry yet. I'm like Hulk, except small. I try very hard every day not to be too angry. I try to be patient. I am the kind of person that sometimes overreacts like that. And I don't like it sometimes, but most of the time I can control it. JB, the dream of peace has collapsed and hopes for Putin-Trump talks have not been worth waiting for. He's a patient whose place is in the mental hospital. You guys misunderstand where these alpha males come from, but I will shine some light on it from my point of view, my perspective, and I hope that you rethink the way you think about it. See, most people, they get information and they just run with it one way. I'm the kind of person that has to go around it, back and forth, until I nearly understand it, and I come up with my own conclusion. I don't let the social media tell me what to think. I've listened to MSNBC, which, by the way, are the biggest liars that I have seen so far. Used to be CNN. Some reason they're not. I actually started to see some CNN anchors questioning what people are saying negative about Donald Trump nowadays. So it's good news to see that little by little, people are starting to wake up and see the truth for what it is. Alex, es mi tío Aluchin. That's right, sobrino. Hang in there. Archangel Michael, Westside Boxing Gym, Los Angeles. Hey, man, I just started working out. I think you guys heard about my little health challenge that I've been trying to go to the gym every morning. They open at 5, so I start working out at 5, and then I get to work at 7, get off at 3:30, get home, have my dinner, and then used to play my games a lot. But now it's like I'm doing lives for you guys, so that's where my time has been spent. This is my second job, except there's no pay. But I tell you what, there's one thing I love is the interaction with you guys. Now, you guys freaking type a lot. It's just me, and it's like, a lot of you. It's over 100 right now. So let's see. Too fast. Nobody has the right to lock us down like that. It's not locking down anybody. It's for your own safety. If things were being regulated the way that they're supposed to, they wouldn't have to have the National Guard there in the first place. I know that Cray, Mississippi, asked about Trump and Putin, and we will talk about it because I think that there's a lot of butthurt people out there, but simply because they don't understand what the hell is going on. Okay, number one, let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Let me skip some comments here. Let's see. Let me read a couple here. Monique Monroe, or Monroe. I'm sorry if I butcher your names there. This is like watching Scooby-Doo. They take the mask off the Epstein monster, and it's Trump. Hey, Monique, I like it. Randy, he thinks we're investing $700 billion, but he doesn't know that the 27 countries have to accept it. And if we do, it's private investment. And with tariffs, it will decrease how much we invest. Man, Randy, what news are you? Are you watching MSNBC, bro? Are you watching MSNBC? Have you seen the stock market? You follow the stock market? You got to follow the stock market. Gabriel de los Santos, did you see Putin arrival in Alaska? Yes. The bomber and jets flew right over him. He looks up, and so did Donald Trump, and I wanted to see what the hell was flying above, but I'm pretty sure that Putin was probably thinking, this motherfucker's going to take me out tonight. But no, and I want to say this. When Donald Trump and Putin says that they have a great friendship, it doesn't mean what you think it means. Let's not forget that Russia is one of our enemies, okay? Or I would just say adversary, okay? But we cannot go through direct insults, especially, I will say this. I think that if you believe that Donald Trump should just be hateful towards Putin, you wouldn't be a good negotiator. You know what I saw when Donald Trump arrived at the airport? Okay, Donald Trump meets with Putin. They shake hands, and then they go and they stand in front of the press. I remember two of the stupidest questions that the press asks. Number one, guys, you're talking to a man that believes that he's doing a righteous war for his territory. Now, his ancestors, his predecessors, I would say, I think that's the right word, the people before him gave away a bunch of shit, and he doesn't agree that. He's a very patriotic person and believes that Mother Russia is the most important thing for the Russian people. They're not happy with some of the stuff that happened with the territories with Ukraine. He wants some of that shit back. Okay, that's where he's at. That's where his mind is. That's why he's doing what he's doing. Now, I'm not saying it's right. Okay, I know Trump doesn't say that's right. He hates it. He doesn't want to see 5,000 to 7,000 people dying every week. He doesn't want to see money being wasted. Okay, it's all about investing. Now, we will be better off if Russia was our friend and they had what they needed to have, and they will be able to work with Ukraine. I get it. Russia has broken the pact that they made with Ukraine, but guess what? He was not into that deal. And so, to get things off the bat, Trump did not go over there to make a meeting with Putin to make a peace deal. That's not what the meeting is for. The meeting was there to meet and say, okay, Putin, what do you want? Okay, this is what I think is right. Okay, now I know how you think, and I know how you feel, what you believe, and well, I think that is fair, and we might make a deal. Now, before we continue, I'm going to tell you what I read on MSNBC. I was at work, and I happened to be on break, so I got a chance to read instead of just listening. What I read was, Trump has changed his mind. I was like, what the hell? What is wrong with him? Why would he change his mind now? Like, dude, I'm talking to these people, and I'm telling everybody that he's going to get a meeting with him, and nobody's ever had, and now he's changing his mind? You know why they put that on MSNBC? Man, I was so pissed when I read it. They were talking about, well, you know, we don't know if this is going to be a deal, you know, and well, I will know if there's no deal in 2 minutes. I will know within 2 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? We saw that live. We saw the press conference. Why are you putting a message on the day that Donald Trump is flying to go meet with Putin in Alaska? Why would you put that on that day? You're misleading the people. You're ruining the talks. They're not there to make peace. I know many of you don't understand why Donald Trump says this is not my war. This is Obama's and Biden's war. There's a reason why he says that. And I know that he's always said, if I would have been president, this would have never happened. And there's a reason for that as well. Okay? There are deals to be made and things to do, and Biden, he blew it. Obama blew it. Let's not forget that it was Obama that decided not to help Qatar, and this is why they had those terrorist attacks. This is why they were like this with terrorist groups, because they were denied the assistance. And where else do they go? They need protection. They got money, but they need protection. Donald Trump went and made a deal with them. We are friends with the Middle East. We are friends with Israel, number one, of course. We're like brothers. But we are friends with Qatar, with all the Arab countries, and there was deals made. There were promises made, papers signed. There was photo ops. There was live video coverage. Many news reporters were doing the live coverage. And so, speaking of live coverage, here are the idiot press at the airport when Putin and Donald Trump arrive. Mr. Putin, are you going to stop killing innocent people? Oh my God. What the hell are you talking about right now? This is not the time to bring that shit up. Mr. Putin, are you going to leave Ukraine? I'm like, you know what? I don't remember the three questions, but I know that when I heard her yelling out, there is this guy, to me, that's a dangerous guy. Lucky he couldn't hear what the hell this dumb broad was talking about, because the engines outside were still running. Why are you trying to insult this man right now? Right now, it's time for you to shut the hell up and let daddy play. Let daddy and uncle talk. You go in your room and shut up. What happens? Okay, number one, I was very happy that Putin confirmed what Trump has been saying, that they have a pretty good friendship. They're not saying they're best friends. We know Putin, is with Xi. We get it. But they have a good relationship. What does that mean? They have mutual respect. And then he goes on to say, Donald Trump has said multiple times that if he was president, this war would have never started. And he said, and he's right, he's a man that knows how to deal. Now, the corrupted politicians on the Democratic side, which, by the way, did you know that I think it was in the 90s that we got rid of communists? Except we didn't get rid of communists or socialists. They all infiltrated the Democratic Party. And this is why I tell you, Democrats, you are just as good of Americans as Republicans, as independents. The one thing you all have in common is that you are all Americans. And we should let nobody divide that. This is why I've said that the Democratic Party is gone. All I see is socialism and communist. Look, if you don't believe me that the Democratic Party was infiltrated by socialist, communist, Marxist people, just look at Pocahontas. Pocahontas was over there hugging him, almost kissing him at a park. Mondani was over there. Oh my God, this story is so great. I'm crying. Mondani, he's a communist. His father's a Marxist. Talks just like him. And the Democrat, not a real communist or socialist, just a Democrat, liberal, whatever you want to call themselves, she's over there is sleeping with the devil, so to speak. Not literally, just so to speak. Tell me that the communists didn't invade the Democratic Party. Look at Schumer. Schumer has betrayed his own Jewish people. He don't care what happens. They don't care what violence happens in the United States of America. You know why? Because they're making money off of it. Look what happened with what's the corruption, the corrupted black lady, something Abrams, I think, or something like that. What happened? She had an NGO. How many times have I told you guys? The best way to launder dirty money, it's NGOs. What happened? They found out that there was $2 billion that went to this NGO, and it was being, I'll just say this, it was watched over by, what's her first name, guys? Help me out over here. I know it's Abrams, I think it was her name. Thank you, Corey. Stacey Abrams. I appreciate that, brother. God bless you. She immediately finds out, oh shit, they found out. Boom. There was only $100 on that account. And the records show that there was $2 billion given to that organization. And mysteriously, after the Stacey Abrams found out that they were auditing her, those $2 billion just appear in that account. Now, let me tell you guys, if you guys are paranoid about your Social Security, there's good news and there's bad news, okay? But if you're paranoid about your Social Security, if you're paranoid about your identity, all that kind of stuff that the corrupted politicians have told you that you should be afraid of, let me tell you why they were afraid of DOGE, of the audits, of the investigations. And unfortunately, they used you and me. Well, they didn't use you and me. We knew better, right? But they used a lot of people, including illegal immigrants, to go out there and cause strikes. Soros paid strikes. Soros paid protesters to be out on the street. And what do you see coming on these protesters? They have mental problems. They are weird. And I'm not talking about weird, just purple and pink. I guess that's weird, but to each his own. I'm talking about they have some mental problems. You guys remember those? You ever seen those videos? They throwing bikes at people and shit, so they don't move. They put the signs on their face like this and shit. Like, bro, come on. And this is people that's being paid by Soros. I used to hear Soros. I'm like, shut up, guys. What do you guys keep saying? Soros, right? This man cannot vote. I voted for Donald Trump, by the way. And then this. And they just like keep saying Soros. He's behind all. I'm like, stop with the bullshit. It's not. And then I start digging into it, and then I started putting A, B, and C together. Soros, He's been there from the beginning. He's a freaking communist himself. And now his son, which is even worse than him, is going to take over. Evil does not rest. So I say to good people, be on the lookout. Do your research like I did. I didn't always support Republican or Democrat. I always support the right candidate. But Republicans has always been my most preferred because they're the most conservative. They're the ones that seem to want to somewhat keep God's Christianity alive in this country. All right, who gave me a like and then took it back? That's rude. I'm just joking, but seriously, guys, all right? There's a lot of stuff that goes around, and it's hard to just kind of get into the... I appreciate it. You put that back. I appreciate it. All right? But then you have to think, okay, how am I going to talk to Putin? All right, let me give you an example. And this is one of the reasons that I am against a lot of illegal immigrants, especially those that are out there burning the city, right? Causing riots. They're burning my beautiful flag, and they're raising their flag. Let's not name the country to avoid conflicts, but they do. And what is the one thing that I say? If you want to be part of this country, don't burn the American flag, number one. That's a red flag, okay? Don't burn the American flag. Two, you gotta respect the people. If you don't respect the people, they're not gonna want you here. And I think that's very important. That a lot of people miss out on. In order for you to come and ask for a favor, let me give you, oh my gosh, I'm going so far back. I'm sorry, guys. Let me give you a story from the Bible or how, it works out with people. Here we go. Let's say, for example, this is back in the days. Now they don't have respect. But back in the day, and maybe today in Israel, they still do this. I want to marry your daughter. Let's pretend that you guys are of age. Your daughter is of age. Of course, you guys have money, but I got more. I want to marry your daughter. Here's how it goes. First of all, I don't go see your daughter. I come and see you. And I said, okay, Mr. my future father and mother-in-law, this is who I am. This is what I got. I got a job. I got this. This is my beliefs. And this is how much I appreciate you. So I brought you these gifts. I brought you guys this. I hope you like it. And just so that you can give me a minute of your time, I really want to ask for your daughter's hand. You know what that means? It doesn't mean he's bribing them. It doesn't mean he's buying their answer. Because if the answer is no, he'll simply just say, well, thank you for your time, and walk away. And those gifts that he brought, they really were gifts. This is how it worked. But if he found favor, because the gifts were good, because he gave his full intentions of what's happening, he told them he can provide, he can take care of the daughter, well, now he can have the hand in marriage. And they celebrate, and they get married, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, same thing. When you come to this country, even if you did it illegally, the best way for you to even get a chance to get papers, show that you're a good citizen material, show that you love this country, instead of blasting me for saying how beautiful American people are, you should be grateful that I'm giving you a tip on how you can win favor with the American people. I don't have to brown nose. I know you guys think I'm brown nosing. I'm a Honduran American. And I love America because, man, my mother loved America. I love Honduras. That's my country. I love America just as much as I love Honduras. The difference is I am a patriotic person here because this is the land that provides for my children. And you see, I want my children to get along with your children. So I got to gain favor so that the next generation can have peace amongst themselves. So for those people that are burning our flag and they're causing riots and all this stuff, that's not how you gain favor, number one. It doesn't matter what country you come from. If you plan on staying here, wave the American flag. Let them know you love this country. You know, if you still get deported, if you're illegal, you're going to get deported. But if you don't get deported, at least they're going to notice you as a person that loves this country. And I think that it raises your chances of becoming part of the United States of America. But you really need to show the American people, especially the government, the country, the president, show them respect. You know, I am not totally against sanctuary cities, to be honest, but I think they are at fault for what the illegal immigrants are doing today. How many criminals go out and do crimes throughout every single state of the United States of America? Well, we talked about D.C. D.C. is one of those places that, by the way, it's not a state. Practically, full control belongs to the President of the United States of America. That's the capital. No governor, no mayor can overcome the president. And the only way that they can do that if the president does something unconstitutional. If it's an emergency, National Guard can go there. Remember, he's not calling Russians to come over here and do martial law. He's calling American soldiers to come in here and make sure that the innocent citizens and that the city is being taken care of. That's all that is, guys. You know, this whole grab thing, don't get too caught up with it. You know, yeah, he's grabbing control, but it doesn't mean he hates the mayor. He obviously sees that she's a good mayor, but she's overwhelmed. And the fact that people are lying on their numbers, it doesn't matter. That's not what President Donald Trump has said about her. Instead, hey, let me help you. January 6th, Pelosi, I'll send you 10,000 troops. Nope. You're Donald Trump. Nope. I don't want it. You're Donald Trump. I don't like you. I hate you. Don't talk to me. Pelosi, he sends a guy, Nancy Pelosi. The president wants to say 10,000 National Guards over here for January 6th. Nope. I don't want nothing from bad orange man. And we blame Donald Trump? Okay, whatever, right? But the thing is, right now, I gave you two examples of gaining favor. In order for Donald Trump, our president, our beautiful POTUS, may God give him strength and more long life to live and peace. May he feel the love of those patriots that really love this country. With that being said, in order for President Trump to make some type of understanding with Putin, he has to gain his favor. Now, he doesn't have to gain his favor by giving gifts or anything like that. But how does he gain Putin's favor? Putin is a tough guy. He's a tough man. I'm not going to clown on him just because he's shorter than me. No. You got to recognize that Putin is an alpha male. Whether you like it or not, he really is. Okay? So what does Donald Trump have to do? Number one, stand tall. Stay strong. Shake the hand. I notice he does something that I do with people that I want to make sure they feel welcome. Now, you may call me a racist because of how I stand on my immigration laws, but immigration laws like that are in every single country, including Honduras, Mexico, except Mexico has let illegal immigrants in here because they benefit. You know what? That's for another story. But Donald Trump needs to make sure Putin knows that he is a man of integrity and he's a man of his word. And when he shows up over there, when he says, remember what MSNBC said, oh, Donald Trump changed his mind. Man, he was on Air Force One in the air on the way to Alaska and they were posting this story. What the hell is wrong with these people? Like, seriously. And so why didn't they hold a press conference? Right away, as soon as he lands on the airport and he meets with Putin, I already said it a little bit earlier, the press is saying, are you going to stop killing innocent people? Bro, we know that that's happening. But if you're going in there, as I said before, the man thinks that this war that he has is justice, is righteous because of what he believes. And if we make him feel like he's this beast and animal, do you think that after we insult him, after we mistreat him, after we say that he's the enemy, after we call him the devil, after we say all these negative things about him, do you think that he's going to be in his head and be like, hey, you know what, maybe these people are right? No, he's going to get defensive. He's going to get defensive. Be like, you know what, Trump? Hey, F you and your people. I ain't doing nothing anymore. I'm out of here. It's obvious that Americans don't like us. You guys will not support us. You're going to turn your back on us, and you're not going to work on this deal like you said that we're going to. God's child. Let's see. What you say there? You got small hands too. Yeah, I guess. I got small hands. Yeah, no worries. I'm not even going to comment on that anymore. That was enough. All right, let me take a break from that ranting there, and let me read some of your comments. Let me see what I've been missing now. You guys, I'll tell you this. Sometimes it's not just you guys giving me words of support or advice or positivity or prayers or anything. That's all great, but it's sometimes you guys touch certain points that maybe I don't have yet. Maybe I haven't made up my mind or I haven't thought about, but you guys do. And so I appreciate that. And by the way, what? Oh, man, thank you, guys. That's nice. Thank you for getting me to 1,000, guys. I appreciate that very, very much. So now I can have all these negative people talk shit about me because you guys have shown me some love. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes as well. You guys know how the algorithm works that way. I hate to say, please subscribe and like. I like to just say thank you for the people that have. And if somebody wants to subscribe, that's their choice. That means that they think somewhat the way I think, or they have more input to give me. So either way, I appreciate it. Say something about these pedophilia allegations. Do you not believe them? Bro, my name is bro. Oh, bro, my name is bro. All right, it took me a while. I should have seen the whole thing. So the argument for these people that call Donald Trump a pedophile, I have pointed out in the last few lives, guys. I looked up one article. Well, it was multiple articles. They say Donald Trump went into these pageants, underage pageants, to see them naked, and he made a comment that he can do that because he's the owner and he can walk in there whenever he wants. Well, turns out that was a false. That was fake news. But he did have a pageant where there was the youngest was 18 years old, and he is right. As the owner, he can go in there. And by the way, it's not just women in those changing rooms. There is other men as well that help out. You know what? This is what they sign up for. I don't know how many of you have gone to the beach, but I will tell you, I sometimes ask myself, why do women, after I see them at the beach, why do women, if you see them in their underwear and their bra, why do they cover up? I'd rather you wear your bra and underwear at the beach than a little G-string and something that just covers your nipples. It's beyond me why women complain. Oh, he saw me naked. You already naked. There is nothing else left to my imagination. You are naked. Trust me, there's nothing else that you can show that will say, I have finally seen this woman naked. Nothing. Nothing left for the imagination. You are out there walking naked in front of men. So get that argument out of the way. I don't want to say I don't respect women. On the contrary, I want women to cover themselves more, just a little bit. Guys, women, men, most men get tempted by the flesh. A lot of them get tempted by money. Like me, I don't get tempted by money. I can tell you, well, okay, so I can't prove it until it actually happens. But I can tell you, I can have $10 million in my hands, and you will call me an idiot because the first thing that I would do is go fix some roofs, paint some houses in some villages that I know that need it. And I'll be so excited to do it. And I'll be so happy to spend my money trying to help people out. Not bums. Not giving my money to people that are lazy, that don't want to work, don't want to do nothing for themselves. That's not what I'm saying. But I know a lot of widows. I know a lot of people that really try hard, that really pray to God for the help. And I would help them. As a matter of fact, you don't see it. I have a picture on both of my monitors You guys know that I don't like to use my desktop because I don't get the live that I get on my mobile. 95% of you guys are watching on mobile. So, but on my double monitor, I have a picture of a village. There's like 2 houses that look nice. The rest of them, the roof is held by rocks. The walls look like they're crackling off. Some of them look like they're missing a window. You know, there's a crack on the wall going this way, and there's no cement covering this. There's a toilet out in the open. I mean, there's a lot of work. So, anyways, I apologize. I go ranting when you guys give me stories to tell you. Senor, speak English right. This is America. If you're speaking to me, that's it. This all you get. This is as best as I can speak my English. As a matter of fact, my English accent is not my own. I for some reason my accent is so weird because I learned English listening to other people that had other accents. I listen to people learning like Mexicans, right? They'll have a different accent when they learn English, and then Hondurans, we have a different accent when we learn English. Some of them are pretty similar, but there's a lot of Texans, Southern people. Even the way that a lot of black people change their slang and all that stuff. So my English is, I'm sorry. I apologize if it doesn't sound right. I try my hardest. Blood, what's going on, brother? Man, I just saw your comment. Let's see what you say today. You better not be rude. I watched on Howard Stern. Oh, jeez. Oh, man, I used to like Howard Stern until he turned crazy, bro. Let's see. On July 2005 on E! Entertainment, he admitted that he did go into the dressing rooms of underage teenagers. Stop it. That same video I saw, and that's what I'm talking about, that there was reports, there was accusations that said that. But the news outlets, which you guys like to believe so much, confirmed that it was not a minor pageant. Some people try to bring some charges against him. They were all dropped. You know what that happens? He was innocent. If he wasn't, and they took money, the people were crazy, they were money hungry, and they deserve to be in jail. So if somebody did something to my daughter, and I really believe that, you can give me all the money that you want to give me, and I will take it, and I'll still put your ass in jail. That's just the way it works. So let's see. So Howard Stern, bro, whatever. I believe you. I believe you. But what I'm saying is there was further investigation, and he was found to be innocent. Let me see what else you got here. Give me a second and don't ask any questions until I actually read some comments. What's going on, Christopher? Pedophile. When you guys say P-E-D-O, the first thing that comes to my mind is fart, because that's the word in Spanish. So say the whole word. Don't be lazy, you motherfuckers. ICE, respect ICE. Absolutely, 100%. Thank you, Murph. I know you love ICE. Yep, I'm 100% on their side. Only because they are out there risking their lives and defending the law of this land, the one that protects the American people. Yeah, so I'm with them 100%, guys. Why would that be hard to understand? What banana boat did you come from? Oscar, man, that's a good one. I'm not Cuban, bro. Cubans come here in boats, I think. The first flight, okay, just so you know, I have 2 older brothers. They used to fly to the Bay Islands in Honduras when I was little. Now, they always told me that they were going to take me to the island. They never did, of course. But when my mom came back to get me, the first plane that I have ever sat foot on was a Boeing 777. Now, imagine this little Indian kid getting on this plane, and I can say, how are you? Window, door, table, hello, where's the bathroom? And the lady tells me, right, the stewardess, they call flight attendants now, I guess. But the stewardess told me, she goes, if you need anything, in Spanish, of course, if you need anything, you push this button right here, and I'll come and help, okay? And I said, okay. And she gives me a Coke, right? And she gives it to me in a cup with ice. And I was like, ooh. If you guys don't know my history or my childhood, you got to stick around, subscribe to the channel. I'll probably tell you stories about my childhood. It's not the prettiest, guys, but I'm sure I got some good stories in there, okay? So she gives me this cup with ice, pours the Coke in there and leaves the can. And she says, if you need anything else, push the button. I said, okay, man, I finished that soda. 15 minutes later, she comes by. She goes, hey, what can I help you with? I said, can I get one more Coke? And she goes, yeah, of course. And she comes and brings me another Coke. Guys, I hunger a lot when I was a kid, okay? I wished that I can drink a Coca-Cola anytime I wanted. I didn't get that. I would drink water off the water hose, etc. It's a whole different complicated story, but just picture this. Just having a soda, I was like blown away. Not one, I had like 5 on the way here because it was from Honduras to Houston. It's about 2.5 to 3 hours. And then from Houston to Seattle is another 4 to 5 hours. I think it was 4 hours back then. So, long flight. I was so excited to come to the United States, but only because I thought that I was going back to Honduras. I know. I wanted to go back to Honduras. I was culture shocked for many, many years. I was a green card holder for over 2 decades. And then I see how the United States has helped many people around the world, including us, the American people here, the residents, visitors. I mean, the United States has protected so many people around the globe that I thought, man, I wish I can vote, because I would have voted for Obama. I supported Obama. And then I wish I would have been able to vote for Donald Trump on the first term. But I didn't get to vote for him. When I made my oath, he was the president that welcomed me to the United States of America as a citizen, even though I've been here for over, 20-something years. And now at the age of almost 50 years old, I am a very proud Honduran American. And it seems like people don't understand why I say Honduran American. Honduran is a nationality. That means that I was born there. That's not an ethnicity. If I have an ethnicity for Indian, it'd be Lenca Maya, type of Indian, with Spaniard mix from my mother's side. But nationalism, not nationalism, but what do you call? Yeah, I guess not. Oh my God, now I forgot the freaking word. Anyways, the name Honduras comes from the nation of Honduras, and then the American is from the nation of the United States of America. So I'm a Honduran American, but technically, I'm only American here in the United States of America. Oh man, that makes sense, man. I'm sorry, guys. I think in Spanish the whole time, just so you know. So every word that I responded or I speak, I'm translating it right away. Okay? So forgive me for that. All right, Pat, let's see what you got. Chat are desperate to be stupid. I don't know what that means, man. All right, Senor Stress. This dude is apologizing for being himself. Not really, yeah, I guess I am apologizing. But not apologizing on being ashamed. I'm apologizing that I wish that I can do it a little bit better for you. It's not trying to please everybody, guys. I'm just saying. Let's see. Let's go back. Skip some of this pedophile thing. That's fine as long as you're a legal immigrant. English is a British. And you know what? Her Purple Heart. Much love for you, Purple. That's true. You motherfucker. Man, you know what? I'm trying not to cuss. I think that's the worst word that I can say in my vocabulary. You motherfuckers over here clowning on my English, and you don't even speak English yourself. So shut it. Thank you, Purple. I appreciate that support. Much love to you. All right, Dean Roy, what you want? Let's see. Trump, 2028. I think he's too old, and I don't think he wants to run. But we got some great running mates. Oof. And I think in 12 years, we might just see our first female president. You know who I'm talking about. Woo, love that girl. Except she needs a little excitement, when she talks. It's like every time she talks, it's like the same way. So we have found out in the books that we looked at that this is not the right thing to do. And we have seen the people that are doing these things. And I'm just like, Please show a little bit of emotion, mama. It's okay to show some emotion. I mean, okay, maybe I show it too much, but that's just me, okay? Anybody's comments in here? Let's see. Come to Louisiana says, oh my gosh, dude, I know Louisiana's accents. I'll be honest, I don't understand what those rednecks over there say. I don't understand. You guys ever watch, what's the show, King of the Hill? Remember that one guy? What's his name? The one that I can barely understand what the hell he's saying. Let me see if anybody knows his name. Let's see. Randy, yeah, but where is the Epstein file, Epstein list? Is that him? Boomhauer? I think you're right. Plower. Dale. Okay, that sounds more like it, actually. Dale. Dude, I haven't watched his cartoons in like decades. But you know what I'm talking about. He's like, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, what? What'd you say? I don't never understand what the hell he's talking about. But for some reason, I guess people in the South, they know what they're saying. I don't. It's like a new Chinese, American, Spanish language together, all mixed in. Donald Trump, baby. 100%. Love all the MAGAs out there. As I said before, a MAGA is not a slogan. It is our way of life. It is our duty as patriots to make America great again. And I love it. Jose, welcome, Jose. How are you, brother? Clint, swamp people. Well, I know. Guys, you know what? We heard a lot about the swamp thing and all that stuff, but the real swamp people, I mean, there really are swamp people, right? We can get rid of them. You have that crazy black girl. What's her name from Texas? Jasmine Crockett. What the hell is wrong with this girl? Like, I don't understand. Like, people, why do you have to pretend to be somebody else? Be yourself. And don't be afraid if people like you or don't like you. I'm going to tell you this. I know maybe a lot of you will, blocked. I know a lot of people, they like to pretend to be something for their boss, for example, because the boss is an important person. They make decisions about you keeping your job, about getting raises and stuff. I'm the guy that talks the same way to the person next to me on the same position as me as the owner of the company. And you know what I find? That they appreciate you being honest, being humble, and being true to yourself. So don't change for nobody. Unless you're an asshole, then you need to change some things, okay? I have a lot of friends that, and I don't mean like close friends, but a lot of people that I know, acquaintances, let's say, friends that are really hard thing to find, guys. But, you know, that I can be myself in everything. And they always question me like, hey, that's the boss. You know, I'm working my butt off. Okay. Hey, they're going to have an audit. So what? You just do what you do. If you're slacking, if you're not doing your job, if you think you're doing something wrong, that's your fault. Me, I'm always confident. Okay. Now today, I will tell you, somebody tested me today, and I ain't gonna lie, they ruined half of my day today. To be honest, I didn't start feeling better until I started talking to you guys, especially you, Tim, because I've been messaging you back and forth, trying to answer your questions on my short videos. But, you know, your questions are valid. I think sometimes, and I don't know if you feel the same way as me, sometimes it feels better to talk to somebody like this on a chat than it is to talk to somebody that is just an asshole right there live. And so I think it's easier to kind of make more friends online, I think. Not to make it all weird, guys, but, you know, if there's one thing that I used to do when I used to take photos, I used to go hiking and do landscape photography. The only reason why I started doing recordings to the camera when I did my hikes was because I felt like I was talking to somebody. And whenever, you know, a person replied to me, it's like, okay, I did have company. Somebody was there because they're replying to my comments, and I appreciate that. So being that I decided to become an American citizen so that I can vote, so I can have a voice, so I can become part of we the people, you know, I try my best to do my part in doing this live chat so that you and I can talk and communicate and back and forth. That makes it all worth it for me. So I accept you and treat you as my family and friend until you don't let me. Okay? That's my true feelings. I did my school the same way. I went in with the mentality that I was an A student from day one because there was no grade. There was nothing to be failing. And my teacher, she said she appreciated that. So I must have been doing something right. John Cash, light Reagan years, baby. Man, you know it, dude. I think he was the first president here in America that I actually thought was a very good president. I come from a country where the presidents are shit. So seeing Ronald Reagan, he made an impression on me. And then to see every president after that, I can see why he was one of the greatest presidents on this country. Ronald Reagan, love that guy. Sad what happened to him at the end, but he did awesome, I think. JFK didn't get a chance, but he has some good ideas. We have Robert Kennedy, making America healthy again. That's a legacy for the Kennedys. It's really good, a good feeling to see the American Kennedy, the American name Kennedy being used today with Donald Trump. I know he has a lot of history, guys. It's nothing new to me. He was a playboy. He went into the pageant. It was debunked that it was a minor, but you know what? That's in the past. I'm not going to fight about something we can't prove. What I want you to do is look at the man that you have today. What has he done? I ask people, okay, if you tell me he's a pedophile, if you tell me that he's this and everything is negative and everything is bad, I want you to tell me, what has he done right? And this is where people go crickets. Let me see. I want to see somebody that talks shit about Trump. I want to hear something positive. What has Trump done right? Let's see. Carlos America. Yeah, man, I was Obama supporter myself, brother. Dar, thank you, President Trump. God bless you guys. Thank you for your kind words. Is Pell this wrong? He is. So many scorned people. It says nothing. That's what you got on your brain. Nothing. Nathan Dunlap, Ronald Reagan had tariffs in the 80s. That's right, I forget about that. That is right. And our country did pretty good with it, by the way. Half-track mind, excuse me, half-track mind. You're doing a good thing. Not like these punks doing this to hate Trump and looking like a fool. But I didn't get the first part of it. But thank you. I think it's a compliment, so I will take it. Give me a second, guys. I need some water. I got my stash of water here right next to me, so I don't have to suffer. I got my little handy dandy cup that I got from work. I can't show you it because it has the name of the company, and to be honest, I get in trouble if I tell you where I work. Something to do with the federal. Don't ask. If I tell you, you know the words. If I tell you, I'm gonna have to kill you, and I don't want to have to do that. Sorry about the noise, guys. You can see I'm losing my voice, so I appreciate your patience. See, this is how I know that you guys don't believe in slavery. You give me a chance to grab some water. Man, speaking of slavery, do you guys know who the richest man in the United States was during the slavery years? Oh man, that tastes so good. Do you guys know? Anybody? Anybody? Let's see. I know somebody has this. Come on. Who was one of the richest men in the United States history during the slave times? Let me see. Let's see. Okay, I just found the name. I'll give you a little quick. All right, that was the guy. Let's see. Not Jackson. Close. Bro, my mom is dead, bro. Don't joke with my mom anymore. And if she was alive, she would have bitch slapped you for saying that. Let's see. Lockman, is Pakistan become best partner to Mr. President Donald Trump? Let's be honest. We made some mistakes in the Middle East. We made some mistakes with Pakistan. I mean, I don't know. We can't change history. We can only make our future better, right? And there's, what's his name? PBD from Valuetainment. I love that guy. That guy's very smart. He's actually very clever. As he says, the future looks bright. And I believe what he says. I agree with him. If you guys haven't listened to his podcast, I recommend them. These guys they're just up here. He's phenomenal. And there's a guy in there that I like. He's like one of the older guys. His name is Tom. Very knowledgeable. He does some good research. I like the crazy guy, Vinny. He's like me. He gets a little crazy with the talk. So I like his energy. Adam, a little bit, not so much, but he's okay. And then there's another podcasters where Vinny used to be the main guy, and it was called. It's still called, obviously. It's called the Unusual Suspects, I think. I like these guys. They talk politics like we do here, but we do a live interaction. I think that's what's different. Let's see. Rockefeller, no. Victor Hernandez, if you don't know where I am, I think you're lost, bro. Edward got been blocked by somebody. Course your value attained by PBD. Man, he's a smart guy, bro. I gotta give props where props are due. Cornelius Vanderbilt is my vote. No. Guys, it's slavery times. Who was one of the richest men in the United States of America? I think for a while he was the richest man. All right, guys. Since you guys don't know, I'll let you know, okay? You guys ready? His name is Anthony. You guys ever heard of Anthony? Come on, he's got a very popular last name. Thomas Jefferson. Hey, a lot of black people own slaves. People don't talk about this. A lot of black people have slaves. And one of the richest men in the United States for some time was a black man named Anthony Johnson. So, shout out Coachella. Look, Thomas Jefferson, he said, nope. Droid user, Steve. All right. First Iraq War was the UN directive when Iraq invaded Kuwait. Legal second was based on false information. Man, that's very unfortunate. And I remember I was still in high school, man, I think, when this was happening. No, I wasn't. I was already out. I think I was already married and everything with kids, I think. But the whole weapons of mass destruction, that was the biggest bullshit that we ever were told with the excuse to go and destroy this country, man. That's I guess it was good for the country since we always pay to rebuild their country and it becomes a better country after we're done whooping their ass, apparently. I don't like it. Like Donald Trump says, waste of money, waste of human lives. Don't do it. All right, let's see what we got here. Who is one of the richest families in Saudi Arabia? The Crown Prince. What's his name? Mohammed. Was it the guy from Qatar, right? No, he's not the richest. There's another Crown Prince. All right, I'm not going to look it up so I don't cheat. So I don't know the exact one, but my most favorite is Johnny, the Crown Prince from Qatar. The one that gave Donald Trump, the Air Force, the gift of a plane. Which, by the way, I think that the president should get it. It's one of those things that they said, if the president gets the gift, he's not going to use it after he's not president. He's just going to go into the museum. I don't understand why people had a problem with that. People forget that whatever kudos the president gets, we get. The American people get to boast about it. Just like with the Capitol, Washington, D.C. is a shithole right now, but it's getting cleaned up. And eventually we'll be able to brag about it. Let's see what you got in here. Randy, what you got? Why are you scared of answering questions? Well, shit, dude. You know how many questions I have in here? How many comments come through here? Eventually, I'll probably have some type of like a smart chat, some type that you guys can put something on there, and then the message will be a lot bigger, I think. If I can read faster, bro, I would. But shit, I still got to talk and read. American Disaster. David Rockefeller was mentor of Henry Kissinger and World Economic Forum's Klaus Schwab. This world economist and all these people, there are some people that are very smart, but they're not wise. Like, for example, there was a lot of economists that kept saying, oh my God, what has Trump done? The tariffs. It's going to give us another recession. The country's going down the third hole. Experts, economists, 30 years in economist. They're wrong. They failed. And this Indian Honduran American said, that's a good thing. 1913, we didn't pay taxes and this country was taken care of. Look at right now. I believe, and this is the rumor because I haven't got confirmation, but the rumor has it that tariffs are doing so good that you, if you qualify, might just get another stimulus bonus. Woo, let's go. I probably don't qualify, but whatever. I will take it. And speaking of stimulus bonus, man, I'm still pissed off about this COVID thing. Dr. Fauci, that fake Dr. Fauci, needs to be in jail. Man, shutting down the whole country. Talking about tyranny, authoritarian. You guys, well, not you guys, but, people give Donald Trump all these names, and they forget that the very same people they're defending are the ones that lied about the Russia collusion. They're the same ones that lied about Donald Trump committing fraud. Now 2 of them are actually going to court, and I hope they go to jail for many years, actually committing fraud, what they were accusing President Donald Trump of doing. Isn't that crazy? It's like a crazy woman that you have that is so jealous that she thinks you're out there cheating on her because she's doing it. And why are you mad? If you're doing it, why are you mad? I mean, don't do it, but I'm just saying, like, what? Why are you mad? You know what I mean? If you're doing something bad, don't get mad because somebody else does it back to you. Don't be a hypocrite. All right, Daniel, I get it. You're a G. I don't know what else is in there. Whoa, did you just spell Niger? This guy's probably Nigerian. Excuse this guy. And Daniel, I think if you do try to do any racist comments, I think that's where I draw my line on freedom of speech. I know what you spelled in there. I don't think it's nice. So, yeah. What can I do, guys? What can I do? Let's see. All right. We're going to go ahead and put a little pause on this guy. No more bad words, okay? I mean, racial words. Okay, so let's see. Todd, your Trumpanzees don't see reality. Oh, you mean reality, I think. It's probably just a little typo. What reality? I want you to enlighten me. The reality that us Trumpsters, even though I'm not a Trumpster, I just support the men that thinks like me. In this case, it's Donald Trump. Oh, man. God bless America. Go ahead and tell me what we are dreaming about. And I will say, I don't appreciate being lied to. If you like people lying to you, okay. But I don't appreciate being lied to. Oh, man. You know what? For you guys for some people that come in here and troll me, the next time I'm going to have my Honduras hat, and I'm going to put that on there for you, okay? I'll go ahead and switch back and forth. I love my American family. My American patriots, number one. Everything else comes second. Let's see. All right, so while these guys are over here talking nonsense, I want to show you, or I should tell you since you can't see it. Duncan, I really hate that I can't get anything going on the desktop because for some reason YouTube just doesn't play it. Who in here wants to see Hillary Clinton behind bars? I think maybe this is one of the things that will wake me up from my dream, to see Hillary Clinton behind bars. I will say this, guys, if you're a Republican or if you're a patriot that has been waiting for the Epstein files, and I mean, there's a lot of things that we want, right? There's a lot of things that we want to see as Americans, and we think we have this freedom to do. But Kash Patel, before they came in office, they were so passionate about doing this and doing that, and then of course Pam Bundy, she stepped on it. She said the wrong words. I think people took it literally. I know I didn't. She said that Epstein files were on her desk. I don't believe that she meant that they were literally on her desk. Or I think she might have said literally on my desk. I don't know. All I know is that doesn't mean that she was reading them yet, okay? I do know that there should be some tons of video footage of that island or whatever went on over there. Maxwell might be hiding some of that stuff, and if she gets immunity, she might spill the beans. And I think between you and me, I don't think that Epstein killed himself. He was 30 days away, I believe, from a trial talking about, what was it? What do you guys call it? To talk about bail, I think, or something like that. And there's no way that he's just going to kill himself if he's fighting to get out of jail. You know what I'm saying? And it turns out now that they have subpoenaed all these people. Man, they have been duping us for so long. It's crazy. I remember Adam Schiff kept telling us that they had all this proof and Donald Trump was going to be indicted and that he was going to go to jail because he had all this proof. And Democrats didn't say shit about it when they found out that it was a lie. But the moment Pam Bondi says, oh, I got the files on my desk, a wink, everybody starts turning on her. I mean, it's a rookie mistake. I don't know why, because she's not a rookie. She's actually very, very smart. And I have heard some of her cases. Wow, she has actually put judges in jail. So, man, there's that. But the dirt that they have on Hillary, man, how does she go? She's been hit with so many suits of like big stuff, right? Remember the old deleted emails and all this shit, having her own private server at home, and she's doing this and that. She got away with all of it. Because why? Because Democrats were in charge. And see, they hate Donald Trump because he's a freaking billionaire. They can't buy him. Why does Putin respect Donald Trump? He's an alpha dog. He's an alpha male. He doesn't get impressed with people that got money. He was impressed with Qatar, with the Fresh Prince, with the Crown Prince. That's something to admire. Donald Trump, it's a real estate guy. When you see those big buildings and the beautiful constructions and decorations, especially gold, right? Like these letters, beautiful, make America great. I mean, he appreciates the man. And I can see that. Now, he wasn't there to be like, oh, I wish I could build this. He probably could, but that's not his style. But he still respects the architecture, the love into the design, the little details. That's Donald Trump. These guys take so many billions of dollars from rich people, and then they tell you, we're going to tax the white rich people. It makes me wonder, which rich people are they getting money from? Are they not white? It's somebody trying to do something to our country, and we don't even know. Whatever the reason, I think it's crazy. Do you guys have any questions about anything that's going on? We talk about D.C. Everybody heard everything about D.C., right? He appreciates suckers that can rip him off. I don't know if that's right. So America wasn't great. I think America was great, and Democrats have been destroying it little by little. Let's not forget that in our country here, we really didn't talk much about racism anymore until the Obamas got in office. All of a sudden, which should have been the opposite effect, Michelle gets on there, black first lady. I was so afraid of white people with the violence against us Negroes and the black people. What? They just voted you in. The majority are white people. You think if you get all the black people's votes, you win? You're a sucker. The majority of the people are white, and they voted for them. So who's lying? The white people that shows them love, or the black person that lies about racism and the racists themselves? They created a big divide in the United States of America. And I would have thought that being a black woman, that she will go and be like, hey, remember what Martin Luther King said? Remember the dream? I have a dream. The white kids and black kids were playing together. That is the dream, and many people have forgotten that dream. Michelle Obama knows nothing about Martin Luther King. I was taught about Martin Luther King from an old man, my old history teacher, Mr. Davis at Mariner High School back in the early 90s. That old man was tough. He told us about the history, about the South and the North, the different kinds of history throughout the world. That man, that old man, knew so much. I wish he was my grandpa, because he would tell us stories and history that were just so amazing. The way that he talked about Martin Luther King and the way that black people today talk about him, they don't care about him. They just use him as a martyr. They just use him as a symbolical figure to throw hate on people. I don't understand, guys. I don't understand. Why would you support a party that wants to destroy your country? I don't understand. You keep saying all these things about Trump, but I want to know why. Because he's proven over and over and over that those things are not true. So why do you keep throwing insults to this man? It's beyond me, guys. I don't understand. I really want to understand. You know, Biden got away with a bunch of shit. We know that, right? The digital pen pardoned him, which hopefully he gets turned back and he gets investigated. So right now, he's running around the country with a digital pen pardon. And he's saying all this crazy ass shit about anything he wants. The latest was he accused Melania of being with Epstein in the island or something like that. How disrespectful. I know you're a recovering crackhead and an alcoholic, but that doesn't give you the right to go back there and start insulting and accusing people just because your father lost it. That's just not the way to go about things. And now he's being sued $1 billion, I believe it was, for defamation of Melania's character. Which, by the way, beautiful lady. Beautiful lady. You know, the way that the story, they said how they met was that I believe she was out with her boyfriend and Donald Trump asked her for her phone number. She said no. But she did take his. And she said, if anything happens, I'll give you a call. Well, now they're married. I think it's a great story. All of you that hate Donald Trump, I think that you're making a big mistake. Let me tell you something. I'm sure that if the world knows what you do and say behind private doors, I'm sure they wouldn't like you either. Nobody's perfect. What I do in my private home over here is for nobody else. But when I tell you this, when I say thank you from the bottom of my heart, when I say I love you, when I say I admire, respect, and honor the American people, that I love and respect this country, when I say I support the president 100%, I mean it. There's no brown nosing about that. And I think any patriot would agree with me. I've been looking for some of my regulars in here, but I don't see them. Oh, thank you guys. We're at 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Glad to see that there's a lot of patriots out there that want the truth. Very awesome. I appreciate it. God bless you guys for that. I appreciate it. I really want to be able to do this more often. I just don't have enough hours in the day. And as it is, you guys know I'm only getting like maybe 3 to 4 hours of sleep, just because I want to be able to do my job and do this thing right here, which I enjoy, by the way, because I feel like I'm actually having fun talking to a bunch of friends. Some guys that are too drunk, so they're talking shit, but I'm still having fun. We're interacting. We're trying to figure out what's going on. I wanna hear some real questions, not just comments from people that are going crazy. But I want some real questions Uh, who do you guys think is going to be the next president after Donald Trump? It's probably obvious, but who do you think is going to be the next president after Donald Trump? I already have my pick. And I think that the next president is the person that is the most loyal to the man that is fighting for this country. And that is J.D. Vance. Let's not forget that he didn't like Donald Trump. He thought all these things about him. And to see him, support him 100%, that's what America is all about. Americans can dislike and be upset about anything. But the moment that you find out who's fighting for the truth, you guys really stand up and you represent and support. And that's what Americans are all about. And I wish or hope that he picks Rubio as his vice president. I think Marco Rubio will be good. Remember, he ran for president before, but Donald Trump ate him alive on the debates. But that's because, he was younger, with less experience of roasting than Donald Trump. You guys ever watch the roast of Donald Trump? I recommend it. Go watch Roasting Donald Trump. Watch it. And look what kind of president you have. He's nobody's bitch. He owned everybody. Everybody said the nastiest things, the worst things about him. And he would just go like this. Wait till it's my turn. That's it. Just wait till it's my turn. I love it. I can respect a person that can get insulted and just keep his cool. And then when it's time to dish it out, he dishes it out. This is why the world respects the United States of America, because we have a great leader that is alive and moving, and that leader represents you. So when I see Donald Trump and I see all of you guys' name pop in here, except for the ones that are being jerks, that's what they want. That's the attention they want, so that's what they get. But the rest of you that are American patriots, that stand up for what honor is, that stand up for respect, that stand up for love, that stand up for your children's having a future together with every other patriot's children, no matter what color, no matter where their parents migrated from. Respect those migrants that come here legally. And hopefully those that come here illegally stop coming here illegally. It's that simple. But the idea is that we want to get along with everybody. The plan is, if you guys are out there supporting illegal immigration, let me tell you something. It's not only that it's bad, because criminals also come through pretending to be innocent, hard workers. They come in here with children, and people believe that's their children. Guess what? They're not. We already know over 400,000 kids. They can't find them. They found very few of them, but they can't find them. So not only do they come in here illegally, listen, we already have bad governors that keep raising taxes on everything, especially the things that affect pricing. What are the things that affect pricing the most? Gas and business tax. Did you know that to have a business, you want an employee, you got to pay the employee their wages, and then you got to pay more money for that employee as well? You got to pay L&I. I think that's what it's called. You got to have insurance. You got to get all these responsibilities. And the more money you take, the more they tax. So why does prices go up on groceries, on everything? Taxes, local taxes. Tariffs don't affect gasoline prices. It doesn't affect gasoline prices, period. Local taxes do. So what happens? You tax the market, the farmers, that's a business. You tax the petroleum, that's the gas. And then you tax the business that will sell the product from the farmers. By the time that us get a paycheck to go buy something, well, that paycheck got taxed. Some states have state tax. Here in Washington State, it's just federal. Thank goodness. These guys are such thieves. They will have more money to do the evil things, right? And then some people don't understand that. And that's just like the basic that I can understand myself. That's the basic that I can give you. An economist, 30 years into economist, a professional, bachelor's, master's degree, they don't understand that. I don't understand it myself, you know? And speaking of making money, how is Alberta looking to you guys? You guys remember that all the Canadians, they got Carney in there because somebody made a big fuss about tariffs. All the Canadians, all of a sudden, you guys remember what was the guy, something Pierre or something like that that was running for the Conservative Party in Canada? He was winning. He was trashing the media. He was looking good. I thought he was going to win. I liked the guy. But what did he do? He catered to the liberals in Canada and tried to play tough. And Donald Trump says, listen, we are going to put these tariffs on Canada. We want you to stop the fentanyl traffic. We want you to control the border for illegal crossings. We want you to make fair deals with us. That's not a war. We're asking for fairness. And I would have thought if there was going to be a Canadian, would be him. Jean-Pierre or something, whatever his name is. I don't remember what his name is, to be honest. I apologize about that. But I liked him, and I thought that he was going to win for the Canadians. And he didn't. Why? He took the side of the liberals, and he lost all the conservatives that were with him. All the people that were fighting for Canada's well-being. They didn't see that making a deal with America would have benefited him a lot more. With that being said, I'm going to jump into Alberta. Alberta and Saskatchewan. It's like big sister, little sister. If Alberta comes to be a 51st of the United States of America, they are mostly conservative. They will be Republicans. They don't get to be ashamed of anything because they don't need the help. They can be independent country, okay? Away from Canada, away from America. But here's what I put on the table. If Alberta becomes the 51st state of the United States of America, they are a great addition. They are a province that is full of good natural resources that we in the United States, us right now, just the United States, can benefit from. Now, they can benefit from money, but if they become the 51st state, they will also be the United States of America. Not only are they going to keep more of their money that they have because they'll be making a lot more, right, to give to the rest of the United States, but now they would become part of the country that has the #1 most powerful military force in the whole world. They'll be part of the United States of America, and it'll be another big piece of land that they, of course, are going to keep, but they will be adopting the United States of America's Constitution, and they will be protected as such. And if there's any other states that want to join, any other provinces that want to join and become part of the United States, except for Ontario and Quebec, screw those guys. No, we don't want that shit. But we do want British Columbia. We want, I think it's British Columbia, right? Where Vancouver is, northwest, just north of Washington State here. It's like 2.5 hours from my house. We like that the ocean connects right there. Alaska gets connected. We become just one big North America, like literally one big North America land. And the best thing is, like, I think this is where we have the greatest people. I know that Vancouver has some shitty ass people in there as well. The towns they're horrible. I get it. But we see that everywhere. But I really think that having Alberta added to the United States of America will be a great benefit, not just for us, but for them. It's such a beneficial, it's like a marriage, you know what I mean? It's like an old school marriage where the husband has this, how would I say it? Has this type of business, right? And he has this wealth. And then the wife also has wealth. And so when they come together, they get to put all that to work together, and they just have everything they want and everything they need. I really believe it. I really believe that Alberta can be a great addition to the United States of America. And I don't think that we would ever treat them like the Prime Minister from Canada is doing right now. Carney is treating them like some suckers, taking their money. They're making most of their money. Well, what is it? 1/3, I think. They're making a lot of money for Canadians. Not even Canadians, guys. They have illegal immigrants over there as well. And now Carney says that Canada, the spirit of the Canadians, it's Muslims. What? What the hell have Muslims done for Canadians? They haven't done shit for Canada. Muslims didn't do shit for America either. I'm not being, hateful towards Muslims. There's a lot of good Muslims. All religions have something good about them. I just happen to be part of the Christian side. But Muslims didn't do shit for this country. You guys know that. They haven't done anything for Canada. And yet, they control Canada. Carney said, Muslims, that's our culture. That's us. That's Canada. That's what he says. Here in America, what do we see? Third world country people come over here, and instead of assimilating, they come over here and try to corrupt our people, specifically our children, since they're the most vulnerable, and they know it. And what do? They force young American kids to fast because the Muslim kids do that. See, it's a bad religion when you think about it that way. It's a good religion when they practice their religion and they don't try to force others onto it. They just make the invitation, just like Christians, and then everybody can choose. But we don't accept Sharia law. We don't accept any type of discipline or punishment from Islam. It's a Christian country, whether people like it or not. And you're lucky to be in this country. If you happen to be an American citizen and you're from Somalia, that's not your country no more. You respect, you love, and you honor not just the land, but the people in it. I told you guys before, 21 million people, in this case, illegal immigrants. It's about the population of 34 states. Imagine illegals able to vote. They say they don't. But guess what I find out? We had a dumbass governor here. We hated this guy. A lot of people were saying F. Inslee. I don't know if you guys ever got those news, but here in Washington State, we hated Jay Inslee. We couldn't wait for this loser to leave. The second time that he won, I think it's the second time or third time, they were counting votes. Now, if you don't pay attention, you don't know. But I was following this shit down to the line. And I'm following the news, and I'm following the counts, and I'm doing this. And okay, so there is dead people voting. Okay, well, I can see how that went. Okay, maybe, right? I know there's a way. But then they're counting the votes, and this is what happens. And I think anytime something doesn't seem right on elections, is because it isn't. It's not a coincidence. I was listening to the radio, and they were talking about the counts. And there's a certain amount of registered voters here in Washington State. We are a sanctuary city state. There's millions of illegals in this state. And they were doing the vote counting. When they got to where the majority of the votes were counted, oh my God. The senator says, all right, that's it. We're done. We got the majority. let's stop counting. Stop counting. Now, stop counting. And then the lady in charge, she stopped counting and she called it. All right, Jay Inslee is governor. And I it's just me. I'm just sitting there. No. Finish counting. Because I want to see that the number of voters matches the registered voters, and I want to see what the difference is. Why do you think that I would say that? If there is illegal immigrants voting, they can simply reach a majority voting. And if they stop counting, nobody will ever figure out that the count was duplicate or changed by a big number. So what's the best way to hide voting fraud? Stop counting when you get to the majority of votes. I don't believe in that. I always thought that they counted until the last vote, and they didn't do it. How do you guys feel about that? I want to see. Let me go to the comments here, and I want to see what you guys think about that. Let's see. I'm behind my President Trump, 100%. Edward, God bless you, brother. Appreciate you. President appreciates you. This country appreciates you. I want you to tell me, am I wrong to think about this? What do you think about that theory? Stopping the voting count will help the corrupted government hide any votes that are illegal. Let me see. I see some numbers here. Sebastino, 137 million registered voters in America, 157 voted. Wait, what? Did I read that right? Is that a typo? Put the numbers down again. Trust no one. But Mexicans and South Americans are very good Christians. They fit the American way of life, don't they? Most. You're right. I was a missionary pastor for the Spanish community, so I know. And I would have told them, self-deport. I would have told them. A lot of the people, we helped a lot of people, but most likely it would be like people that were pastors. They were able to be sponsored, and they would get citizenship, to be honest. I didn't agree with it because it wasn't for everybody, okay? All right, let's see. Anybody, come on, give me some numbers. Do you think that stopping the count when the votes, if stopping the vote count, will that hide illegal or fraud in a voting campaign? I think that they should count every single vote and find out how many votes are actually legal. American disaster. Trump has changed his party affiliation 5 times. And that's what I call a patriot. You don't want to be a loyalist to a party because then you make mistakes. Like Democrats are doing right now. They're so loyal to a party that they can't see anything different. See, I'm not a loyalist. I'm a patriot. And I believe that. I don't think you know what that means. If you know what a patriot is, then you agree with me. But if you don't know what a patriot is, of course you're going to disagree because, as you guys like to say, ignorance is bliss. I don't think so, but some people think so. By the way, ignorance is bliss. That's a line from The Matrix. Alexander, he got the boot Honduras. That's cold, bro. That's cold. That's my country's flag, man. Come on, man. I got 2 flags in my heart, okay? But I wouldn't raise the Honduras flag in this country to represent what country I love. It will always be the American flag. One day I'm going to have a Honduras flag back here as well, but that would just be something different. They counted all the votes. Here in Washington State, they didn't. Not with Inslee. I didn't follow the last one with Bob Ferguson, but with Inslee, I did. I hated that guy. And I thought Bob Ferguson was going to do a change in Washington. Remember, he campaigned on bringing more police to Seattle, and he lied to us. He didn't do that shit. Some people say that I misunderstood, maybe, but that's what he ran the campaign on, and he didn't do it. As a matter of fact, he changed his mind on it. Oh, Dennis, God bless you, brother. Thank you for your words. He just happens to, his name is Dennis, like mine, guys. Come on, it's not me. David Rollinson, ICE is looking for you. Yeah, I wish. It's not true, but I wish. Those guys are real patriots. They're getting paid, but believe me, it's not enough for risking their lives and their families. Concrete Menace, Hawaii. Only dirty blood on that flag. Tell me a flag that has no blood, and I'll agree with you. There's no such thing as clean blood, buddy. Your truth, your righteousness is not the same as somebody else's truth or righteousness. Just like I explained about Putin. He thinks he's in the right. He thinks he's fighting a righteous war for his people. Ukraine doesn't think so, but the Russians do. That's just how it works. And again, it's not Donald Trump's war. You guys keep thinking that Donald Trump is going to make the peace. No. He's going to help them talk. But at the end of the day, they are the ones that are going to say, all right, no more fighting. What Donald Trump said is good. All right, let's make a deal. Of course, Donald Trump should get the credit for it since he's the one making the sacrifice to go and talk and try to stop these people. You don't see the United Kingdom over there or NATO or anybody else meeting with Putin to stop this stupid war. Only Trump. And the news reporters that we have here in America, you absolute nincompoops, are out there, and the first time they say, oh, well, of course that Putin is going to confirm or reaffirm that Donald Trump says that if he would have been president before this war would have never happened. Of course, Donald Trump wants to hear that. What a bitch. Like, really, come on, man. That kind of stuff pisses me off because I see what's going on. I see what's happening. And these people, they just hate the man. You cannot hate somebody that much. You know, a lot of you have probably been Democrats for as long as you probably remember. And the problem with being a loyalist for that long is that it doesn't matter what the other side says or does. You'll never agree that what you ever thought was right is wrong. All I know is this. Whenever I go to a place and you got all these crazy loonies out there acting a fool, I stop wondering why our city is going down the shit. Did you guys know that Seattle is the least visited city and is getting even less and less popular as we speak, not a spick. Somebody called me a spick when I was in high school, that I didn't know what it was until I learned. As I speak, all right? Now, if you call me a beaner, it's okay. You can call me a beaner. I love beans. I don't get offended by that. Let's see, MAGA. You're a loyalist to a MAGA dude. What you mean you're a patriot? If Donald Trump was not fighting for this country, I wouldn't be a MAGA supporter. Well, I support MAGA because make America great again. But I wouldn't support Donald Trump. If he was not fighting for the American people, I would not be supporting Donald Trump. And if you will notice, a lot of people that got MAGA, that voted for Donald Trump, they get pissed off if something's not right. But, you know, we all have our opinion. We all have our ideas and thoughts. At least we can be independent thinkers. To where Democrat loyalists, all you guys can think is hate Donald Trump, insult Donald Trump. You guys don't understand. God will use even Satan himself to help you become a better person. Let's see, Thomas, the attack engine, at Edward. They one of the ones who helped them with UK during their independence and how they used the Monroe Doctrine as it means their immigration position. If anything, you should look at West Europe. Gas Child said, let's talk about you dating Lorena Barber. Who's that? I don't know who that is. DA says Europe needs another Reconquista. You know what? It's sad that sometimes bad things got to happen in order for people to realize that what they had was actually good. Akash, India is world's largest democracy country. Bro, you guys have so many gods over there. You got to get rid of some. You cannot be having thousands of gods, okay? Rocks, paper, scissors, they're not gods, guys. India is world's largest democracy country. India's world. Okay, that's just repeating the same shit. I do think that making deals with India is a lot better than China, but you know what? When this country starts supporting war against another country, I think that's where I draw the line. If we support a war on something, it's because it was something really bad. Like right now in Gaza, right? All these people, even Americans here, they hate Israel. And one of those people is the people that don't believe in God, that hate religion and Christianity and Judaism and all this bullcrap. The other people are the ones that are just hateful towards Israel. Like, for example, Israel's committing genocide in Gaza. I don't think Israel ever attacked the Gaza for no reason. Every time Israel has attacked Gaza was because of Hamas. So if you were to support the Palestinians or the Palestine, somebody told me, Palestinians. If you were to support the Palestinians, then I'm okay with that. But you're supporting the Hamas Palestinians, and that's bad. These are the cowards that use hospitals as shields. Now, I don't know if you heard about this bombing. This has happened months ago. So they use hospitals to hide Hamas. And then Israel sent a message to the Palestinians. We are going to be hitting some targets. Stay away from this area. They didn't listen, or Hamas kept them there, threatening their life. The hospital got hit. Yeah, some innocent people died. Some Hamas people died. The latest that I don't agree with, and I feel that maybe they had no choice, is they have killed some press reporters, supposedly because they were helping Hamas. I'm not done with Hamas in Gaza. Who helps Gaza with food? Is it Hamas? No. Footage has been shown of Hamas torturing their own Palestinian people. Right? I've been on for 2 hours. That's my reconnect on the Wi-Fi here with YouTube. But I'm having a good time. Gaza only gets water. This is for Iran. Israel is giving Iran water. Why? Because Iran needs help. They don't have water. It's really bad. And people say he is just trolling them, showing off that they're better. No, they're trying to help. They're humanitarian, you jackasses. I saw him talking with Donald Trump, and they were talking about the Palestinians and how bad they feel that the Palestinians are suffering right now in Gaza. But what people don't know is a lot of Palestinians have become Israelites or Israelis, I think is what they told me that they're called. Why don't people see that? It's just like here in the States, right? You people hate Trump, they call him all these names, and yet the man is fighting for our country, which in turn helps the jackasses that are insulting him. The same people that are burning the American flag get to benefit because Donald Trump is fighting for this country. And all the American patriots that we have in this country, they fight for this country, for their freedom, for their prosperity. And every other criminal and jackass that doesn't care about this country is also being benefited by it. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Good people, we suffer a lot. Bad people, they just do a lot of bad stuff, But because we are patriots in this country, and because we are good people, not the best, we're all imperfect, we're not perfect. We make mistakes, everybody makes mistakes, but we try to overcome adversity. We don't believe on this equity bullcrap. We don't believe on this DEI. No, bitch, you want to beat me on a race? You better beat me with your own feet. If I beat you, I win. That's as simple as that. If you're smarter than me, which I think most people are smarter than me, hey, why would I take their position? You know, I don't like Ben Shapiro. I don't like Candace Owens. Candace Owens lost a screw. Whatever fight she had with Ben Shapiro, it screwed her over. And her excuse was, oh, it's just every time I get pregnant, my emotions, you know, my hormones. No, bitch, you're crazy. Would I debate her? Yeah, sure. Will she mop the floor with me? Most likely. And so would Ben. These guys are pretty sharp. They're pretty smart. But I wouldn't back down. I would sit there and try to use my common sense. These people, they flip. You know, I don't understand it because they're so smart, but they're lacking so much wisdom. I don't, you know, when I came to this country, she has, Darla, she's lost it. I can't believe it. Like, seriously. I don't understand. When I was in 7th grade here in the United States, I met this guy from Israel. Blonde, dirty blonde, curly hair, green or blue eyes. And he told me he was from Israel. We have been taught so many stories from the Bible. I was so honored. I was like, oh my gosh, I just met an Israelite. You know, like, this is so cool, man. I will never be able to go to Israel. I will never be able to experience the history, you know, Moses and the things that the Hebrews and the Jews and all these people went through, and that the Israel is so great. You know what that kid did to me when I said, oh man, you're Israel? Yeah, that's pretty cool. He said, F Israel. And my world just collapsed right there. He said, F Israel. And I was so disappointed in him. And I said, why would you say that? He didn't tell me. But it's a true story. And I find it interesting that sometimes people that are not of a certain nation are sometimes the best citizens for that country. I think that a lot of migrants that have come to this country to become citizens are sometimes better citizens than those who are born in this country. And that's a damn shame, guys. That's a damn shame. The one reason why I respect Americans, you want me to tell you why I respect Americans? My brother-in-law, my older sister, my oldest, she's 16 years older than me. She married an American. I don't know what, he's a veteran. Okay, I don't know what if he was Army, Navy. I honestly don't remember, and I don't talk to him. I haven't talked to him in a long time because they live in a different state, and we just don't communicate. That's just the way it is. But this is what I learned from him as I was growing up. I mean, I know him for decades. Today and age, we're different, but he was faithful. Believe it or not, he was of older age. But he was still a virgin when he married my sister. My sister was a virgin as well, and she was well in her 20s. You know, he was very respectful, tall. He's 6'5", whitest guy I've seen. And I think he has red hair or dirty blonde hair. I think it's almost like brown, because I remember a big brown mustache on him. But this guy, such a kind soul, stern, disciplined, strict with the kids, but so loving, so giving. It almost brings tears to my eyes describing how good of a person I think he is. Because this is what he made in my mind that American is. And as a Honduran kid, I grew up seeing this American white guy, loving, family guy, great values, Christian. His worst curse word was for crying out loud. His name is Mark. And I love my brother-in-law. He's very old, guys. He's very old. He's a lot older than my sister. But what a great father. What a great friend. Respect of the community. Respect of the church. They didn't really dirty over here in Boeing. But even at the old age, he's still, I don't know what he's doing today. I haven't talked to him in a few years. but he was delivering pizza. He didn't care. He was working at Boeing, making like $40-something an hour. Boeing laid him off. They screw him over because he was of really just a few years from retiring, and then they laid him off. This is what Boeing does. They pay good, but they lay off the people that are about to retire. They give him some chunky change money for like 2-3 months, but they lay them off, and even though they're veterans, they don't give a shit. But the CEO is making how many? $36 million? Some bitch. But nonetheless, it doesn't matter how much money he has made. He has had a house. I remember the house was in Lake Stevens. It was a 3-bedroom, I believe, with a basement. The second floor was for the living room and the dining room and the kitchen. Had his 2 bedrooms in there, 1 bedroom downstairs in the basement. I mean, they had nice stuff. And here's the thing that I always make fun of them. I always made fun of them of this one thing. You American people are so crazy. I don't get it. He used to drive this yellow Mustang. This thing was a piece of shit. I would have never driven this thing, but he loved it. He loved it so much. He said, I know what it looks like, but why would I change it if it's working perfectly fine? And he was right, but I'm like, but you have no rims like this. It's just the ugly rims, that comes with the spare tires, and then there was this like the hood wasn't straight, like one corner was like kind of like dented or something, and the paint was chipping off. And I mean, I'm looking at the seats are coming off, bro, and I'm just like, your car is a piece of shit. You have made money. Why don't you get a better car? You know what? Eventually, the car gave up, and when I saw his face that he couldn't drive it anymore, I understood he loved having the car, because he told me a story, something along the lines of, because of that car, he was able to do something that he probably wouldn't have done if he didn't have that old car, and that was to take his family ahead in life. He wouldn't be able to go to work and, whatever, right? So having that car is what got him the job at Boeing. And so he had that car for decades, but he loved that car. Now I can appreciate why, but a lot of Americans are that way. And that's what I think that you can, some people will like, that's why Jose, J.D. Vance, man, I hope that he's the next nominee for president. And I can attest that Jose and other Hispanics that are in this country, that love this country, they know what I'm talking about. They know I'm not a sellout. They know that we just, sometimes we just love people, and sometimes we can say it out loud, and sometimes we can be reserved, but it is the truth. You see that eagle behind me? The eagle gets picked on by crows every day. The eagle is huge. I mean, I'm 6'1", and so just picture, like my reach, right? 6 feet wide. That's the span of the eagle's wings. And 2 small crows are out there picking at it and just picking on it. And the eagle's like, oh man, these guys are annoying. They're pissing me off. But you know what? I don't want to waste energy on them. I just want to find some food, and I can see them. And before you know it, that eagle, for some reason, I think the crows went into the nest. That eagle came down and tore them to pieces. No joke. I kid you not. I might exaggerate on this one, but I think I saw a head cut off. I don't know. All I can tell you is this. The United States of America, and this is what I love about Donald Trump. Donald Trump right now, he's dealing with a bunch of stuff in the world that really technically he shouldn't even have to. But he's a peacemaker. And this is why he's going to heaven, whether you like it or not. Whether you think he's a pedophile or not, he's going to heaven because he's a peacemaker. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will inherit the kingdom of heaven. You might not think he's a great Christian, but he has accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior. And he has also invited you and other people to do the same. But with that being said, remember the story of the eagle. While she's flying or he's flying, They're looking at what they need to. They concentrate. They just avoid the little crows. They're picking on him. I call the crows Democrats, and they're picking on him. But the eagle just keeps focused, just keeps getting away from them, you know? And it's not like the eagle can't do shit. The eagle is just focusing on the important things. And what happens? When somebody comes in to their nest, that eagle says, I ain't around no more. Your ass is grass. And he goes and just destroys them. You see, it's not that the crow is stronger than the eagle. It is the eagle doesn't want to waste effort and time on BS. But when it comes to fighting for his love, in this case, the nest in the United States of America, people will fear him. Period. Putin didn't say that he was happy to be in Alaska with Donald Trump because he's a nice guy. No. He said, I saw the administration before him. And if he would have been president, this war would have never happened. That is true. This is what he said. And now that I see Donald Trump, mind you, it's been months. He's been attacking Ukraine. He feels they got his shit. He wants it back. Period. We don't know anything about it, so there's nothing we can say. But the words that came after, it's what I'm talking about. Donald Trump literally is the eagle in the sky that I'm talking about. He said, but Donald Trump, this president, is not the same. This president knows what he's doing, and he's got his respect. Another alpha has given the respect to our alpha. Isn't that awesome? And I'm not making this up. Maybe the words are not all the same, but I urge you, go watch. It's very short. Go watch the live video of Putin and President Trump talking about what happened in the meeting. And remember this, Donald Trump said that if he didn't think there was going to be any chances of a deal, within 2 minutes, he would know and he will leave. But if there was a chance, they will do a press conference. Or not a press conference, but they will come and speak out to the press. And that's what I heard. The eagle came to fight for his cheeks, for his nest. Sorry for my accent, guys. Right? Donald Trump comes and fights for us for once after having a zombie of a president and a racist of a president. Now we have Donald Trump and Putin. This is a bad guy. I'm not going to say that to him to turn him off. I'm going to compliment him. Putin is strong. He's a wise man when it comes to leading his people. He takes charge. He's punished those corrupted in his government. I seen a video of him where you can literally see the bad things that the other people are doing, and he walks in the room and he just knock it off. And everybody shut up and sit down. Alpha, baby, alpha. I respect Putin, not because he can be a bad guy like maybe most of you guys are saying, but he has power. And you know what? If you think he was such a monster, one nuke and Ukraine is gone. And of course, the United States can beat Russia like that, military-wise. We can take China and Russia together, and we can take them out like that. But the eagle doesn't want to waste energy and time. Donald Trump doesn't want to waste money or lives. What is the benefit to go into war? Russia throws nuclears, China throws nukes, North Carolina throws nukes, the United States throws nukes. You've seen the movie. You've seen it. You play the game. Everybody's playing the game, right? So he's being smart. He's being wise. Not only is he smart, he's wise. And he even tries to entertain us. He makes some jokes to make you laugh. He's not that American that you like, but he's the American that we got. Before Donald Trump, the last American that I remember's name was Ronald Reagan. That's just me. Let me see. Let me go ahead and get some comments out of here see what you guys got. I see some faces, some hearts. Let's take a look. Some clowns. I'm sure the clown is me. I'm already used to it, guys. God bless you anyways for the interaction. Let me see here. Thank you for the loves. Guys, man, thank you so much for the loves. You guys are, how can I say this? And I know some people are going to say I'm brown nosing or whatever. Honestly, I'm a very simple man. Basically, I'm nobody, right? I just love people. I appreciate whatever little I have. And I'm telling you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I am so overwhelmed with the positive comments. It's good to see that there's a lot of good people out there that want to see this country keep growing. And I get excited about that because if this country gets growing and it stays strong, I really do. I believe that as long, and I get teary with this, as long as the United States stays strong, in control, the world is a safer place. Will there be small wars? Yes. But as long as we have patriots like Donald Trump coming into office, one after another, fighting for peace throughout the world, strengthening the economy of this country, we will always make the world a safer place. And all of you, or those people, or people you know that are illegal immigrants, just know that the United States accepts hundreds of thousands of Hispanics from Mexico, Honduras, Nicaragua, maybe there's some exceptions from Cuba, etc. But believe me, in 10 years, there's over 10 million Hispanics coming to this country legally. And why is it important that they come legally? Because the economy needs time to grow. If we have too many people coming at once, prices go up for housing. Government starts panicking and they start raising taxes because they don't know how else to get that money. I'm telling you, the United States of America needs to stay strong for the better being of this world. I honestly believe that. And if you don't, that's okay. But I hopefully that you'll understand one day. Men's family, make America great again, with and without arrogance and ego. I agree. But I do think we have to have a little bit of an ego in order for us to stay strong. I told you guys, I said this on one of my lives. My daughter, my 12-year-old daughter, my last one of 7. I know, 7. She is my heart. She truly is. I have been blessed beyond. We took a trip to Honduras for 2 weeks. I was stressed, maybe depressed. I was feeling down, just not happy with life. And I went down there for 2 weeks. And the whole time, she had to be with me. She felt safe holding my hand. Isn't that awesome? To have, as a father, to have your 12-year-old daughter reach to you and grab your hand like this. This is how she holds my hand. You know, and then she gets close to me because she sees people that she doesn't know. She doesn't know she can trust, right? We're walking down the street and she just wants to be close to me. I felt like my daughter needs me. I felt like a father again. And we went to the beach. We went to a river. We swam together. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so many good things happening. I only got 10% battery on my phone, guys. And it was such a great healing time for me. It's just, God is so good. So, you know, I understand that we need to have a little bit of an ego, competition. We need to have more manliness for us men. Women need to have more femininity. Femininity. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it again. But women need to be women. And it's important that we have both parents in the house. I get it. Maybe sometimes it won't happen. But my father loved me. You know, he died when I was 4, but he loved me. And my mother kept telling me good stories about him. Maybe exaggerating stories, but nonetheless, she sowed in me the love my father had for me. So even though I grew up just with my mom, her giving me my father's love, not saying I'm your mom and your dad. That's crazy. That's they them. They them. Okay. My mother never put my father down. And they have problems. My father was an alcoholic for some time. Then he quit and became better. But my mother always gave me the good stories. All the love from my father. Till this day, I look up in hopes. I know that, he's not listening. Only God is. But I look up and it's just like, Dad, what would you do if you were feeling like this? What would you say? So it's important to have fathers and mothers. My mother was, man, she's the backbone of the family. When she died, everybody separated. So, the one thing we have in common, America. So as long as the United States of America is doing great, I know my brothers and sisters are doing great. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for your love, for your support. I really mean it. Let me read a couple of comments here. I think my phone is like at 8% battery. So, man, I have had a blast today. Thank you guys for joining in. Let me see where we are with the... Wow, let me see. You guys got me to 1,000 today. Oh, 1,100. Man, that's a lot. Thank you so much. God bless you for that. And I think I see some new names on here. God bless you. Thank you for coming in. I know the get supported, the eyes, and all that stuff. I get it. I know the feeling. I get emotional when I see people getting deported, but at the same time, our priority is our national security. There's a lot of great people out there that are illegal immigrants, but unfortunately, due to a bunch of really hardcore criminals, they are being punished for it. And I mean, if everybody's here illegally, they got to go anyway. So let me finish with this story from a Mexican guy. He came to the United States when he was about 6 or 7 years old, I heard. And he was here, and after 20 years being in the States, he got deported down to Mexico. At least this is the story that the guy tells, right? I'm sure it's true, but this is the story that he says. Netanyahu is not a bad guy. I think you're wrong on that. I think God would have taken care of him already, but he hasn't. He's actually getting more support, and I think God is with him, whether we like it or not. I love it. I support it 100%. I think Israel is being set up to be the bad guy, but they're not. They're really showing me that they are humanitarian. They have been helping the enemy's people. They've been helping them to eat and whatnot. And Hamas has been keeping them starving, keeping supplies from them, killing their own people so that they can steal the supplies and go sell them. See, America, the United States of America and Israel, we look like the bad guys, but at the end, we're the only ones trying to fight for what's right. So, he says he was down there for 20 years. He's been going from town to town, city to city. He's just a vagabond. He's a hobo. He sold his luggage for money. He feels lost in Mexico. And I'm just thinking, man, they brought you here when you were 5, 6, 7 years old. You're going to tell me that no family lives in Mexico? Like, if you have legal family in the United States, they can request you to come back. But I don't understand. Like, there's no family for him in Mexico. And so that becomes a sad story, but I don't know if it's a setup story either. Netanyahu, it's blessed by God, and he's protected by God. When God is done with him, he will stop doing what he's doing. Lance, hey Lance, what's going on, man? Takes charge by listening to Israel and hiding like a coward. Maybe. I mean, that's, if you see that, that's okay. I can see why he would do that. There's a reason for everything, I think. There's some tactics, there's ways to do things. I see some of you guys say, make America great. Of course, we're working on it. You guys are working on it by being here, sharing your thoughts and your ideas with me. Let me see here. Make America great again. Let's see. Clearly, all y'all listening. So, Mike, what's going on, Mike? Gage, this dude needs reprogramming. Actually, my phone's about to die, and I'm gonna go play my Destiny 2 game. So I went to work out in the morning, 5. I went to work, got there at 7, finished work, came out, took my wife to the store, went to Costco shopping, and then I dropped her off with her mom at bingo. She loves bingo. It's the weekend, it's what she does, and I have spent the last few hours here with you guys. My phone's gonna die. Then I get to play my Destiny 2 game until the wife calls me to come pick her up. And I think I have to go pick her up, actually. It's already 10:15 over here in Washington State. Let me read a couple more comments in here, and we're gonna go. Hopefully there's something good to read over here. Movie Man says, what's this dude on about? Let me guess, Movie Man is not gonna be a subscriber. That's okay. White, let's see. Derek White, no, we cannot. This message is out there so bad. Hopefully it's a good no, we cannot. Danovel, really brave. You know what? I'm only brave when I have to be, bro. I can tell you that I'm only brave when I'm trying to help somebody else. When it comes to myself, I might cower a little bit. But don't even think about it. When you see me, I'm not saying I'm huge, but you won't talk shit to me. Let's just say that, okay? Besides, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Let's see. Man's Family, Make America Great. Kelly Customs, for real. He may have an accent, but he has a brain. Already more than the subhuman Democrat voter. Kelly, thank you for the compliment. And sorry for the Democrat voters. I'll take that compliment, but I'll let you go ahead and continue with that word, my brother. Jay says Trump couldn't negotiate a deal with Putin in today's briefing. Oh, Jay, you may have come in late. You may not have been here. Did you guys notice I changed my hat? Just wanted to see if somebody would say it. Did you notice I changed my hat? What Trump was doing today was not making a deal. Trump wanted to sit down with Putin, and if he found that there could be a deal to be made, like if he found favorable what Putin said, then he was going to try to get him to be together with Zelensky, and then they'll make a deal. Now, President Donald Trump, you guys remember, it's not his war. He cannot force them to stop fire. I mean, he can, but we know the outcome will be an out war, and nukes will go free. Believe that. We don't want that, okay? So hang tight. He did his job. He showed up. They finished. They gave each other good words, and they said that they had a good talk. They had a good deal. It's not the deal that we're waiting for, but they had an agreement on what they want, what they're trying to accomplish. That's what that was all about. Okay, we're not done yet. And in all the news, remember, I believe it's the 25th of August. We're going to start hearing some court dates and some trials. I want to see corrupted politicians behind bars, Democrats and Republicans, because I have a lot of traitors in the Republican Party, apparently. It doesn't seem like in Congress, but in the Senate, especially that butthurt, what's his name? Randy? No. Rand Paul? Yeah, he's butthurt because Donald whooped his ass on a debate for the first for the first presidential debates. He mopped the floor with him. And I think that he has a little bit of resentment towards Trump. He needs to let go of that and remember that he's fighting for the people. Let's see, Fuzzy, there ain't no nukes. Let me tell you something. I'd rather believe there's nukes to avoid them. Trust me, I've seen some shit that I wouldn't believe before, but then it happened. So I'm not going to put it away. Did you just say North Carolina? Who said North Carolina? Patrick the Bag. You are a bag, aren't you? Nice. Defending a PDF file. Benito Gonzalez, what's up, brother? Sorry, guys, man, if I didn't mention your name, I apologize. Let me read some. Neb, Jesus is our God. I will change some of your stupid names. Godchild says North Carolina is not a country, bruh. Dang it. Shake my head, go to bed. Godchild, come on. Be nice, child. Man, my voice is gone. I think it's time. I wish I could do another 2 hours with you guys. I don't want to be the filibuster that can't go to the bathroom for 25 hours. But we'll do it one day, I think. Today was, I really was so excited to come in here and talking with you guys, and you guys made it worthwhile. I think every day you actually make it worthwhile. Thank you so much for all the love again. Jay, have I read your comments already? Lockman, are you there touch to Russia and China? Touch? I don't understand. Talk, you mean? Or we're not afraid of Russia or China, my friend. We own those guys, whether they like it or not. Trump is daddy right now. He is a big white eagle like the one you see behind me. He is protecting this country, and a lot of patriots are so excited about it. I heard that a lot of patriotic MAGA supporters, even the Democrats that came to support MAGA, at least for now. You can go back to Democrats when they're real Democrats again. Right now they're communists, Marxists. But we need Democrats. We need the parties to be separated so that we can have that, kind of like what we're doing here, right? Some of us are debating, talking back and forth, opinions, sharing light new information, and some are just wasting their time, like the protesters. They don't do shit, but not go to work and get on food stamps. Thanks to Donald Trump, now they got to get the lazy ass back to work. Hopefully they like to survive, so hopefully they go to work and not go and pandle. No ask for money on the street. Let's see, movie man. Brian, love you are supporting Trump. Just do your research about Mr. Yahoo because you aren't speaking from an informative position. I think if I was trying to give you more informative position, I will give you some articles. It's just I don't use my desktop. It doesn't work for doing lives for some reason. But I will be doing some podcasts here in the future, and of course I'm going to do the audio, and then I'll also do the video, and I'll put it on YouTube. If you want to, they're not the best. I'm still working on it, but if you want to check some of them out, by all means, I really appreciate it. Edward says, Nancy, the crime in D.C. is terrible. Hope they can get the crime under control. I'll tell you what, we'll touch on Washington, D.C. maybe tomorrow. Saturdays, sometimes I go live like around noon or so. If I don't go live around noon, I'll go ahead and try to do a live at night as well. Danish, question, why is Trump doing business with a terrorist back in nation in Pakistan whose army is committing genocide in Balochistan and where bin Laden was found? Where is the outrage? You know, we can only do so much, right? And I think that eventually all those things will be taken care of. But remember that Donald Trump is not going to be able to heal the whole world, right? But we are, we as Americans, I know that for a fact that Americans have a lot of sympathy for people. Americans have been helping the world, literally helping the whole world. But we're not God. And you guys, these people need to be self-sustained. They need to fight for their freedom as well, just as we did. A lot of blood was spilled in this country to be the country that it is today. Lance, last one, laugh. Angel over, amen, brother. Noel Torres, are you illegal, bro? Anybody that tells me to go home, they're illegal. I am home. A lot of Americans have told me that. Over 900 Americans have told me, you are home, brother, and God bless you. So I'll take their word over one. Uriel Calderon, ice, baby. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, yeah. Vanilla ice. Remember that white guy with the hair? He was pretty cool back then. But the original beat for Ice Ice Baby was a different group. It was not him. Science Fiction says, Panhandle. You ass hammer. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. If I ever say a word that I say incorrectly, which is probably most of the time, by all means, correct me. I really appreciate it. It's Panhandle. That's right. Trump can heal the world. Dank, I wish that we could, but like I said, we're not God. And he does do a lot, but Even for those that don't want to appreciate it, he does a lot, and they get the benefit as well. Let's see. Code 773, laugh out loud. They had ARs. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Thank you, baby. Message retracted. Okay, I was going to read it. It was there. Snoopy says, Indio Cerote. He's probably Salvadorian. But that's okay. Don't worry, brother. I don't hate on you because you're illegal. But ICE might be knocking on your door pretty soon. Make America great again. Oh, wait, gay again. No, man. We don't want that. We don't want that. We want America straight. AAA, mamon, a huevo. AAA, what a disgrace. I say, Trump thinks he's God. Yeah, well, we're all little G gods, I guess, if we believe in God. Christopher, have no idea what you're saying. All right. Luis Moroya, are you for Trump? 100%, brother. If you haven't noticed the hat. So many crying Dems in this chat. I love it. Brian, we're not bullies like that, bro. But you know what? Yeah, you're right. 100%. All right, phone is going dark. Battery's dying. Guys, man, thank you for the love. I still got 200 people in here. I don't want to let you go. Let's see. Christopher, Cody Rhodes, Goo Gang. Why do you support Trump? Because he's the best. He's the only one fighting for the freedom and maintaining the prosperity and the peace, not only in the United States of America, but in the world. National Guard, there are people. They're not terrorists. They are there to help the American people, to help you, and to help me. Respect them. Bring them some water. Bring them some food. Help them out. Say nice things to them. Give them compliments. Say thank you for your service. We love you. We appreciate you. God bless you. I will pray that God will strengthen you and give you wisdom and the strength that you can support all the negativism from the people that are doing criminal things over here in this country. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for the likes, for the subscribes. There's so many of you guys right now. I don't want to leave you, but I got to go. My phone is dying, and that's the end of that. God bless you, and God bless the USA. You all have a good night. You take care.